This is the first short Sunday night wrap for 2020 and the new year and the new decade. Unfortunately, I haven't got a lot of time to cover a lot of things tonight, but just going over what we discussed this afternoon, or what I discussed with you, is about planning a road trip and how to service your car, or when to service your car. One thing I did forget to mention though is the bonnet. Now, the thing with the bonnet, if you had a basket to store all your equipment in to fix your car, store it away from the battery and store it in a basket. Okay, never store your equipment near the battery or the engine. Okay, because it's not safe. Another thing you've got to remember when you take your car out into the bush, you've got to make sure that you have a spare set of spark plugs, fan belts, tires, wheel hubs, everything, and jumper loops to start the car if your battery is flat, because you could be a long way from anywhere and you are a long way from a workshop, a long way. So make sure you've got enough of everything, like your fan belts, your screws, your nuts and bolts, and of course a spare tire and a jack. And never store petrol or diesel in the boot, because it could expand and blow, and the car could blow up, or it could ignite. So be very careful, guys, when you take your four-wheel drive out into the bush, and make sure that you secure everything properly on your roof rack, because if you don't, you could tip it over, tip your four-wheel drive over. So please pack the necessary items that you need for your trip, okay? And don't overload your roof rack, because like I've just said, you could have a rollover somewhere in the middle of the bush. And if you've got tinned food, okay, store it in some drawers in the back of your four-wheel drive, along with the eggs, and make sure you leave enough room for the suitcases and your sleeping bags. When the food goes down, okay, put some towels and other bits and pieces in the drawer to replace the food. Be careful of the food, because if you eat all the food at once, you won't have food to last you the whole trip, unless you've got a fishing rod, okay? And catching fish, guys, is sometimes hard. Make sure you've got good fishing equipment as well if you plan to go fishing. So make sure you pack your raincoat as well, and a portable radio with some spare batteries. Well, this is where I must say goodnight to you now, and I will be back with you tomorrow to discuss more about this. But until then, this is Barry Field wishing you a very good evening, and thanks for watching. Happy traveling. Good night.